Hair color can be one of the most powerful tools to refresh your appearance, especially after 60. But the truth is, when the shade is even slightly off, it can do the opposite. It can dull your complexion, harden your features, and silently add years without you noticing. Today, we're going to gently uncover the most common hair color mistakes that can age you by a whole decade, and more importantly, how to fix them with simple, flattering solutions. So take a breath, settle in, and let's walk through these together. Let's begin with the first mistake, going too dark with your color. As we age, our skin naturally loses some of its warmth and radiance. Dark hair, especially when it's a deep, inky black or an intense brunette, creates harsh contrast against softer skin tones. This contrast exaggerates lines, shadows, and texture on the face. A color that once looked striking in your 30s or 40s might suddenly feel heavy in your 60s. The real problem happens because deep pigments reflect very little light. The less light your hair gives off, the more your features absorb shadows, which can make you look tired even on your best days. Many women stay loyal to their dark shade because it feels familiar, and there's comfort in that. But holding on to it for too long often makes the color appear flat and lifeless. Even stylists notice this effect. When the hair looks too solid, it stops moving with your expressions. The fix doesn't mean going blonde or dramatically lighter. It simply means softening the depth, adding subtle warm highlights, lifting the base a level or two, or blending a dimensional chocolate or chestnut tone creates life and movement. Suddenly the face looks brighter, the eyes stand out, and your skin has a gentle glow without any makeup at all. There's also an emotional part here. Letting go of a long-time dark shade can feel like letting go of a piece of your identity. But lightening your color isn't about looking younger for the sake of age. It's about letting your natural glow come back again. When the shade softens, so does the entire expression of your face. It's like lifting a heavy curtain and letting natural sunlight stream in. If you still prefer depth, consider switching to deeper browns that have warmth or a hint of red or caramel. These undertones mimic the natural warmth of youthful hair. The goal is not to erase your age, it's to highlight the beauty that's already there. Now moving on, the second mistake is going too light, too cool, or too ashy. While dark hair can be harsh, extremely light or icy shades have their own aging effect. When hair becomes overly blonde, especially with strong ash or platinum tones, it can wash out your complexion. The skin starts appearing duller because the color offers no warmth to balance natural pinks, reds, or even olive tones. Many women choose very light blondes because they think it blends easier with gray. That part is true, but when the lightness goes beyond what complements your skin tone, it removes dimension. Your features can look muted, and your face may appear pale even when you're healthy and rested. Ash tones are especially tricky. They're trendy, but they tend to settle into the skin's natural coolness after 60. Instead of brightening, they create a grayish cast that mirrors the very tones women are usually trying to soften. And once ash builds up in the hair, it starts to look dull and matte, the opposite of youthful shine. The fix? Choose soft, creamy tones that add life back into the complexion. Think warm beige blondes, honey blondes, soft golds, or champagne blondes. These tones reflect more light and bring back the warmth your skin naturally loses with time. Even adding a subtle warm glaze or lowlights can make a huge difference because they break up the overly cool color and add movement. Another tip is to match the lightness to your undertone. Cool undertones still need a touch of warmth in the hair after 60. Warm undertones benefit from golden shades that amplify their radiance. Neutral undertones can play with both, but even then, pure icy blondes tend to be too stark and less balanced with lowlights. Lightening should create softness, not disconnect you from your natural coloring. The right blonde illuminates your face like a soft sunrise, bringing warmth, vitality, and smoothness. The wrong blonde can make even youthful features feel flat. Next, let's talk about another big one: ignoring your skin's undertone when choosing color. Your skin's undertone is the invisible thread that ties every flattering hair color together. When your shade doesn't match that undertone, your hair and face work against each other instead of harmonizing. This mismatch often creates an aging effect that people can't quite identify, but instantly feel. Warm undertones pair beautifully with golden, caramel, copper, or chestnut shades. Cool undertones shine with ash browns, cool blondes, sandy tones, and soft silvers. Neutral undertones can navigate both worlds but still need balance. When the wrong tone is chosen, for example, warm hair on cool skin, the result can be jarring. Warm tones on cool skin make the face appear redder. Cool tones on warm skin can make the complexion seem gray or tired. The biggest misconception is that your undertone changes with age. It doesn't. What changes is the surface tone of your skin, the natural flush, the brightness, the elasticity. But the undertone beneath remains constant, and the right hair color honors that. The fix is surprisingly simple. Pay attention to how your skin reacts to gold versus silver. If you look fresher in gold jewelry, warm tones suit you. If silver flatters you more, cool tones are your match. If both look equally good, you're neutral, and you can blend warmth and coolness gracefully. When your hair color works with your undertone, it lifts your whole face. Lines soften. Your eyes brighten. Your cheeks look naturally flushed. You suddenly look like you've had better sleep, better lighting, and better energy. All from one small shift in color. This mistake is more than cosmetic. Hair color is emotional. When your shade enhances your natural undertone, you feel more like yourself. Confident, comfortable, and beautifully aligned. As we continue, let's take a look at the fourth mistake. Sticking to a flat, one-dimensional color. Youthful hair has natural variation. Sun-kissed strands, subtle shifts in tone, and touches of light around the face. When hair is dyed a single, solid shade, it loses this natural movement. The result is a heavy, monotone look that emphasizes facial lines instead of softening them. A flat color creates a helmet effect, making the hair appear dense but lifeless. Without dimension, every curve of the face stands out sharply. This is exactly why one-tone dyes often make women look older. It removes the softness and depth that youthful hair naturally has. The fix is adding dimension. Not dramatic highlights, but soft, blended tones that complement your base. Think micro-highlights, baby lights, root smudging, or even lowlights for depth. These create a natural transition and prevent the harsh look that single-shade dyes produce. Dimension also improves texture. When hair catches light, it appears fuller and healthier. This fuller effect lifts the face visually and brings movement to the hair, making it appear fresh, luminous, and more youthful. You don't need a salon transformation. Even a small shift in tone, adding 2 or 3 complementary shades, restores softness and natural beauty, making your features glow again. Another style worth discussing is the fifth mistake, ignoring root blending as you transition to gray. Gray hair has incredible beauty and character, but harsh demarcation lines, that stark line between colored hair and new gray growth, can age the face instantly. This sharp contrast creates the illusion of thinning, patchiness, and inconsistency in the hair, even when the hair itself is healthy. Many women try to cover grays with solid dyes every few weeks, but the older the hair becomes, the more resistant it gets to color, which makes the regrowth line even more obvious. This cycle becomes exhausting and frustrating, and the visual contrast can make you look older than you truly are. The fix is root blending, a gentle technique that allows gray to transition into colored hair softly. Whether through highlights, lowlights, or a diffused root smudge, blending allows your gray to grow in without those harsh lines. By embracing blended grays instead of fighting them, your hair begins to look effortlessly soft and natural. It also adds volume because the varying tones create dimension. Root blending gives your hair a fresh, modern look that's far more youthful than a solid color struggling against regrowth. Gray doesn't have to be hidden. It just needs to be harmonized. Next, let's talk about the sixth mistake. Choosing tones that are too warm or brassy. Warmth can be beautiful, but too much warmth becomes brassiness, and brassiness instantly adds years. Brassy orange or yellow tones make the hair appear dry, damaged, and inconsistent in texture. They also emphasize redness in the skin, making the complexion appear uneven. This often happens when blonde or brown shades fade over time, or when highlights lift more orange than intended. The brassiness increases with sun exposure, heat styling, or hard water. The fix is tone correction. A soft, cool gloss or toner can neutralize brassiness and bring the shade back into balance. Even warm shades benefit from tonal control. Warm doesn't mean brassy. Golden tones are rich and radiant. Brassy tones are harsh and unpolished. Keeping your color balanced is key to maintaining a youthful look. A well-toned warm brown or blonde looks elegant, fresh, and healthy, never artificial or aged. And finally, the seventh mistake is not updating your color as your features change. Your hair color should evolve with you. The shade that looked beautiful a decade ago may not be the one that highlights your features today. Skin tone shifts, eye color softens, and hair texture changes, all quietly shaping how your hair color interacts with your appearance. Many women keep the same color out of habit or fear of change. But when your shade no longer aligns with your present self, it creates subtle disconnects. Maybe the color looks too dark, too warm, too cool, too bold, or simply out of sync with your complexion. Updating your color doesn't mean drastic change. It means refreshing it so it feels harmonious again. Softening your base, adding face-framing highlights, neutralizing brassiness, or introducing blended grays can all make your hair feel intentional rather than outdated. When your color matches who you are now, not who you were years ago, something beautiful happens. You look more alive, more vibrant, more authentically yourself. Final thoughts. Your hair color has the power to soften your features, brighten your complexion, and help you feel beautifully aligned with who you are today. By avoiding these common mistakes and embracing gentle, modern color choices, you can bring back light, softness, and natural radiance without any dramatic changes. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path.